For our guest today, we have Miss Florina Shellman.
Shallow.
Shellum, I'm getting close. She is the administrator here at Amian Angels,
Angels.
and she's here today to tell us about the Angels and what they do, where they're located. And so, Miss Flo, it's nice to have you on board.
Thank you for having me.
Okay, okay. Well, look, give us some background as to what the Angels is all about and how it started and so forth.
Well, we are an in-home care provider agency. We service all of Lafayette and also Alexandria, which is Region 4 and 6.
Okay.
We go in home and we provide the services that's needed.
Okay.
Basically following plans of care. So that's anyone on the waiver program.
Okay.
We also serve vets.
Well, that's good to know. Hey,
Yes, we have a lot. We actually have more here in Lafayette that we service
Oh, really?
in the surrounding areas.
Okay.
A little bit more than Alexandria.
Okay.
Yes, and we also do private clients as well. So it's pretty much anyone needing assistance, just trying to live their daily lives as normal as possible with a little assistance.
Yeah. So more or less just like assisted living, just working with them to
In their
help
own
them
home.
in their own home
Yes.
and let them function where you're always there to
Correct.
help them if they need some extra help.
Correct. That
Okay.
is correct.
So the Angels, what you said started, I think, like about 20 years ago.
20 plus years ago, yes.
Yeah, yeah.
Prior to Amy and Angels, they were Angels of Mercy.
Okay.
And before Angels of Mercy, it was Amy and Health Services. So
Okay.
the name changed a few times, but it's the same business, you know.
Okay.
Some of the same people, not many, but some.
Yeah, yeah.
So it's pretty much, you know, to reach the same goal, and that's to work with the clients here in the community.
Yeah.
Yes.
Well, I know you guys, you're located here on Pinhook,
Correct.
1604. So you guys got flooded out at the last flood.
Well, actually downstairs there. We were
Yeah,
good
I
upstairs.
know.
Yes.
Yeah, you're right. Maybe you guys will need help at that time. But how do you obtain funds to do this? I mean, does the government pay you or the
Yes.
state government?
Yes, through the state, pretty much. Most of our clients are Medicaid clients, so they
Okay.
get some type of service through the state. So that's how we, you know, pay for things.
So more or less, does the state also subsidize you if you're not covering?
Sometimes it just depends on the service because they have so many different programs.
I know.
It just depends on where they're at. But we also have like long-term care
Okay.
insurance. We take those clients as well.
Okay.
We've had a few, not many, but a few. We'll take private, and when I say private, they're paying out of pocket. So
Okay.
it's pretty much
Okay.
to their discretion
Yeah.
how much we do and how much they want to spend.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
But that's pretty much how we're funded.
Yeah, well, that's good to know because I know with the veterans, seeing how since you have clients as veterans, in working with the veterans, I know we have nursing homes or not nursing homes. Let me just say, yes, it's nursing homes
Nursing homes.
for veterans. They got veterans, but they would have a choice between going to the veteran home versus you guys. Do you have a choice?
They do have a choice. Majority of them want to be in their own home.
Okay.
They don't want to leave their home just to go get assistance.
Okay.
So when they get approved, we're there to say, hey, this is what we can help you with. And we go in their home and we assist them as whatever is needed.
Okay, because I do know that in dealing with one's home, I'm sure you guys must do a little bit of investigation or research or sit down with someone, a prospective employee,
Yes.
to find out if they are compatible
Yes.
with the person.
Yes.
Otherwise, you may have some little arguments, Armageddon going on.
Correct. That is correct. That is correct.
Do you have, I'm sure you must have some type of orientation program to find out and also involve the new employees, what
Yes.
they are to do. This orientation, just one day or 2 days? I mean,
It usually takes about 2 days. They sit there and they watch videos to begin with.
Okay.
And the videos, it's pretty much how to take care of a person.
Okay.
And it shows step by step what needs to be done when you're in the home. And the next day it's usually orientated. It's a lot of paperwork. She'll sit there and she'll go through everything that needs to be discussed prior to going in the home.
okay. They do not dispense any medicines.
Some homes we do.
Oh, you do?
But with that being said, you have to have your medication administration course. So you have to have a certificate to be able to administer the medication.
Okay, so how do they go about getting that certificate for that?
Well, we actually have an RN on staff.
Oh, okay, so
we schedule the class, and we see how many of our employees need to take the class.
Okay.
So once it's scheduled, she comes in, and it's a 2-day class, 16 hours actually.
Okay.
She comes in, she teaches the course, and that's it for the 2 days.
That's not bad. That's not bad. What has been the largest class that went through orientation? Because the reason why I'm asking that is that I don't want people to get the wrong impression that you just interview one at a time.
Right.
You know.
Usually we get 5 or 6.
6. Well, look, I think this is going to end our first segment, and we'll be back to pick up where we left off. We're back with Miss Florina, and she's going to hopefully pick up where she left off. And if we don't do that, then we'll go to another subject, which is very relevant as well. So, Miss Flo, nice to have you back. The show is on you. What can you tell a prospective client as far as information about what they receive from you, as far as steps and different programs? This is in your ballpark. I'm not sure what I'm talking about. But go ahead and explain questions maybe that would be asked by the client.
Okay. Initially, when we get a new client, they always want to know who is going to work with them.
Okay.
And initially, it's a process. You fill out an application. We call you for an interview. Myself or my HR clerk would usually do the interview. And we kind of base their interview on where we're going to put them, because we try to make sure that the client and the worker is compatible in a sense.
Yes.
Because we want the workers to be compassionate about what they do. You have to want to work with someone because you're helping them pretty much do everything you do for yourself for some of them.
Yes.
So we make sure that we put them in the right place. So when the client, they'll say, well, who's coming work with me? And we can actually say, well, we have someone that's actually experienced. So we may I may hire a CNA. We have had LPNs on staff. So we try to hire experienced people that have been, with agencies before, because we're probably not the first.
Right.
They do work with other agency, and that's completely fine. But if the client is really needy, they need someone that has that experience that can benefit, that can help them to the fullest potential.
That's where you get those two connections.
Correct.
Otherwise, like I said, Armageddon if this.
Exactly.
If
we try to make sure that at least they'll get along some type, So we make sure we hire people that we can trust and that is honest and dependable, because they depend on their workers.
Yes.
100%, most of them, because they need the help.
Yeah. Well, the thing is, whatever employee that you send out there, they are seeing their face when the public sees their face. They're actually seeing this Angels agency. So you don't want to put anything out there that's going to give a bad impression.
Correct.
Or a bad image.
Correct.
So when you're going through the clients, I guess you can say questionnaire about what they do, what they like, dislike, and and then you go through the same thing with and hopefully you can mesh the two together.
Correct. Because we would never send someone that doesn't have a car to a client that's always out in the community. We make that a requirement because the client doesn't want to sit home. They want to be out in the community.
Yeah.
So we make sure, if you have a car and you have a good driving record, then you can transport this client where they need to go.
Okay, now the driving part, would they use their own vehicles?
Yes, they would.
Okay,
Yes.
I got to ask this question. Would they get paid mileage?
Yes, they do get paid
so
mileage.
that's one thing.
We can compensate on that part.
Yeah.
And a lot of them do transport. Most of the programs you can transport.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah. So what other question that normally pops up as a major question people are looking for? for answers for?
They want to know exactly what the worker knows how to do. And when I say know how to do, most CNAs get that experience because they're in a hospital setting or a nursing home setting.
Right.
So when we hire someone, we make sure they know how to help with grooming and bathing and, changing a bed while a client is in it, because that's important. And also lifting or using a transfer type mechanism. We make sure they know how to do that if we're sending them to a client that needs that type of help.
Okay.
So that's the questions we get most of all. Do they know what they're doing? Because we wouldn't want somebody with no experience to go in a home where they're on medication, they need help with getting in and out of a wheelchair, this type of stuff. We make sure they know exactly, we make sure they know what they're doing. So when we get to the client's home, we can say, look, we have somebody we feel that's competent enough to do this job.
Yeah. You mentioned something about the lift equipment.
Yes.
Does that stay in the home, or do you have to bring it to the place every time they go there?
It is in the home. It is actually theirs. Yes.
Okay.
And they get a client-specific training from our nurse.
Okay.
And they can say they know how to do it, but we make sure and we put it on paper. When the nurse goes in, she does a training.
Okay.
Client specific, and
Right.
you have to demonstrate to her, this is what I know how to do.
Okay.
Because we trust you, but we want to make sure when you get in the home, you're doing what you say you know how to do.
Does that also apply to the little carts like the hover around or?
Yes.
Let me see you do this.
Yes. I mean, it's simple, but at the same time, when you go in a home, it's not that simple because you actually have to maneuver it. Right.
Yeah.
Yes.
When my father was in a nursing home before he passed away, when he first got in, I got him a little cart, little mobile unit. And after about the third time, he just put it up. It was brand new.
Brand new.
He said, no, I don't trust myself
Right.
in it, driving around. But my mother-in-law, which is my wife's mother, she used that thing as if she was Mario Andretti
Right.
going on the highway.
Right.
She was all into it. But it's things like that that the community needs to know and make them feel secure.
Right.
So I think this is coming up to our second segment, and hopefully we'll be back in a couple seconds. We're back with Miss Florina, and hopefully she will pick up where she left off. But I'm really more interested into the different programs that they have. And in talking with her, I think these are some of the programs, boy, you guys really need to know, okay? So Miss Flo, it's on you. Tell me what's going on with some of these programs, the most relevant.
The most. Okay. Pretty much anyone on the waiver program, and that's through Medicaid. Long-term care, we accept those clients. And that's mostly in-home. It's a minimum of transportation, and it's like grocery shopping maybe once a week. But we have a lot of clients on long-term care. And that's kind of the start, I think, of the program. It's a little help, here and there. And then you can gradually move up to the NOW program.
The NOW program?
The NOW program.
Okay.
And the participants in the NOW program is like SIL. And we have a lot of SILs, actually more in Alexandria, but those are the ones that live independently on their own.
Okay.
Those are the ones that we make sure when we go in there that we have to assist them. That is the goal of the program.
Okay.
Assist them with money management, bathing, grooming, cooking, cleaning, just anything in general that you can think of. That's pretty much what we go in there and we assist them with.
Okay.
And it's so they can live independently on their own.
Okay.
They are the ones that I think we have the most of them. They have a lot of them because it's a lot of them that they don't really have family. So we have to step in and say, look, this is what we can do, and we're going to help you as much as we can.
Yeah.
Some of them have 24 hours at the most. The least maybe 6 or 7 hours a day.
Well, if you're saying 24 hours, I mean,
Yes.
you are nothing more than a living companion.
Correct. Correct. And there's no really downfall, but you have more than one worker, so you're going to see a lot of people in and out your house
Right.
in a week, 2 or 3 maybe. But a lot of them get used of it because they know they need the assistance. So it's okay to have someone come in and help them cook or clean or bathe or take them to their doctor's appointments or grocery shopping. But that's, I think, the major program. But we also have Children's Choice and EPSDT, which is the children.
Okay.
We don't have a whole lot, but we do have some. The hours are limited. It's not a whole lot of hours, but it's just to go in and assist them on the things that they need help with in their home, of course.
Yes.
Another program is CCW. I think that's our second popular program.
Okay.
It's very similar to the SIO program. We transport. We help them with bathing and grooming and that type of stuff. Majority of the people I think we have on SIO and CCW have mental disabilities.
Okay.
That's where most
Food
of
with
our
the mental disabilities
Yes.
as well. I mean,
Correct.
It seems to me that be like special skills in dealing with a mental patient. I mean, 'cause
You
you
can
walk
say,
in one
yeah,
day and
right.
the next day totally different person. I
Right,
mean.
because they do have behaviors, and we try to make sure that we send people that have background in mental behaviors, because it's hard to send someone that has never worked with a client with the behavior,
Yes.
just because they don't know what to do.
Right.
You know, and I mean, you can get the training, but until you get in the home and actually work with them, it's different.
Yeah.
But it's manageable when you have that experience behind you.
Yeah.
You know.
What part, when they do have family, do they play a part in this?
Yes, they do. They play a major part.
So what parts do they play in this program?
They make sure we're doing our job.
Oh, okay.
That's
Okay.
and that's most important. And I think they should make sure we're doing our job, because that's what you picked us as a provider for, to
Right.
go in and assist your family member as needed. So, and we communicate with them a lot. We make sure we get an understanding. This is what we can do, and this is what we're going to come in the home to do. We don't have major problems. We get along with pretty much everybody.
Yeah,
you know,
yeah.
and that's the thing. You have to be able to get along with people
Yeah.
in order to make this
People
work.
person.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yes. But that's pretty much the programs. I think I touched on, and of course the veterans.
Oh yeah.
Yes.
Bring them in, guys. You know.
Yes.
Yeah.
We have a good rapport with the VA in Alexandria.
Okay.
They recommend a lot of clients to us.
Okay.
So we thank them for that.
Yes.
Because we go in there and we make sure we do what we're supposed to do. Their services are in home. None is
Okay.
on the outside. So we don't transport them, but we go in and, cook, clean, and help them bathing, grooming,
yeah.
that type of stuff. But we're thankful for our veterans.
Yeah. For those that do not have family, the employee goes to them. How are they accountable? How would you know if they are doing what they're supposed to be doing? They have to be accountable to someone. And
Correct.
What be the steps to find them accountable?
Well, that's easy, because my supervisors are always in
Going out.
there.
Okay.
Correct. If I don't go myself to make visits, they will be there. And usually we try to go there more often, just because we know there's no family.
Right.
We make sure we go in and make sure they're taken care of properly and
Okay.
things are being done correctly.
Yeah,
You know, and we make phone contacts with them. They actually call us if they have any problems or concerns.
Yeah. Well, I like what you guys are doing, and I think this is going to end the show. I'm sorry to say, but hopefully we'll be back in the future with her again.
Thank
so
you.
Thank you very much. Okay.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.